a Texas force who was infiltrated by the KKK, and 2 members were part of that group and they were fired. But like, in terms of like, I think Newsmax actually interviewed this David guy. They're actually getting airtime in the public discourse in 2016.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, Brooks, Alberta, David? You know the town of Brooks, Alberta?
No,
so
I'm sure.
Back in the early 2000s, some KKK propaganda was being delivered door to door, and the white citizens got together and they figured out who was doing it, and the next time they tried to deliver their propaganda to their doors, they all came out and beat their asses. So that's basically how our country feels about the KKK.
Man, even in my neighborhood, which it's a pretty mixed neighborhood, as far as black families, white families, and
what do you mean by those people? I'm
pretty sure there's a Mexican at the end of the block, but they don't go door to door, but they'll like throw like their propaganda along with like some candy in your freaking yard.
Their leaflets are like
Clan?
Yeah.
And there's also other groups too, right? I mean, the KKK is like the head group of all of it, but there's like a white nationalist movement that is not as, they don't dress up in blankets and burn crosses, or it's more insidious and more.
Yeah, they take over, nature preserves in Oregon.
Oh,
exactly.
They don't call themselves Grand Master or Grand Wizard.
Yeah. CBC did a documentary way back at the beginning of the Republican race when Trump first started to make his controversial statements. And they interviewed white nationalist groups, and they were cheering Trump on because Trump's rhetoric actually normalizes that type of sentiment, so that when these groups can come and voice their opinions, it doesn't seem as radical because we have someone running for leadership saying radical things in the first place, right? So
that makes sense. Crazy ass fucking Trump. We can't see you, Johnny.
He sounded like
Dave. I don't know what you're talking about, black people, Dave.
Oh man.
Jesus.
He's not a Darth Vader, Ishmael, but his video is just like a spin.
Did you say Ishmael?
Ishmael. It's my fucking accent, man. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
No, I said
Ishmael.
Not
Sorry, not sorry.
Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Okay.
Ishmael, I am your father.
I am your deadbeat dad who has been aborted. Hey, anyone laughing is racist. Just know that.
I said it. It's funny because you're black.
I honestly can't be racist because I'm black. See this shit? Oh wait, wrong hand.
Exactly.
We don't see you at all, Johnny. You're just a spinning circle.
Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Ishmael. The child support check is in the mail.
Oh, the child support. I thought it was a Kesserek. I thought it was on some. I want to thank
Kesserek.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. The Kesserek. Jesus, and he just blacked the shit out of him. He's like, yeah, whatever, you big black, big lit motherfucker. We are not even doing Avengers or nothing. You are black, and that's all I know.
Get the check in, you big lip bitch.
Yeah, okay. I gotta go. I feel
No, don't go.
Yeah, we're gonna have a break. We'll be back in 5.
Are you interested in honest and open perspective and discussion? Do you enjoy hearing people challenge the status quo, even if it means examining the bumps and bruises of the free thought community? Do the reverberations of the echo chamber make everything you hear sound trite and jaded? Are you ready for a show that dares to hold all people up to the light, to examine our biases and blind spots? Are you a humanist? Then the Q might be for you. Come check out the secular safe space for critical thought, cross-examination, and a caring ear, where it's humanism first, secularism always, and where I really don't give a shit if you're an atheist or not. Come join the conversation by searching for The Q on iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever aggregator you use. But be warned, I've taken the padding off the sharp corners.
So, we've been dealing with some serious topics. We've been talking about Donald Trump, KKK, Republican Party. Where do we go from here? But now I want to bring it to the world of wacky, North Korea, where an American citizen first thought it was a good idea to go to North Korea. But once he was there, he thought it was an even better idea to steal a North Korean flag and go. Yes. That is fucking crazy, man. That's like...
Well, Kasich actually said that we should arm the Japanese and the South Koreans with nuclear weapons just the other day in the debates. Not the last debates, but debates before that. How the fuck is that smart? He's a fucking moron and he's stupid.
Well, the Japanese wouldn't take him.
Well, there's that. We also have Okinawa, which, we own essentially, within quotation marks own. They couldn't stop it from doing that. It's a fucking stupid idea to actually mobilize fucking nuclear weapons in any sense. And Kim Jong-un I don't know if he's stupid or if he's just brilliant.
Well, no, what it is, okay, so I haven't talked about North Korea on the podcast before, but it actually fascinates me. And it fascinates me in the sense that I consider the entire society in mass hypnosis. So, and I consider, the new leader, the son of the son of the son, to also be in the hypnosis that you can see that he's a normal human being. You can see that he's overweight. You can see that he makes mistakes, but their society is so ingrained that this one family is perfect and that they are deities, that he can do no wrong, and nothing wrong can be said about him. And I was under the impression that they weren't even letting Westerners into their country at this point.
Yeah,
so I'm kind of curious how this student got in.
There's been reporters that have gone and come back without incident, so clearly that... Sorry, go ahead.
But a student, David, I was trying to get on you and say a student.
People have come and gone. I know it's pretty tight there. But what struck me too is the video of this guy. Like, he was presenting the same hysterics that you see when you see news stories from North Korea, where everyone is so dramatic and so over the top.
Yeah.
His video seemed just like that, like very overacting, and I guess that's what you have to do.
He's been coerced.
Well, no, it's not being coerced. That's actually what.
That's how you not get arrested.
And we're talking about right now, the American.
That's kind of the thing that the North Koreans do. That's the thing that they want to actually see an American do, and that's the way that they get the backing of the Korean, which doesn't mean jack shit, the Korean public behind him. They have to be really emotional and saying, "Oh, I fucking fucked up. I didn't mean to do it." That's the way that the North Koreans, the politics work and the media works. That they're doing it to make us, as the West, and I don't even mean to say the Americans, that's how they demean us, because that's the only way that they're actually going to do it is for the outcry of the normal, in quotation marks, North Koreans. Is, oh yeah, well, he demeans himself in front of us, and we're that much of a power. You guys see what I'm saying?
He has been coerced. The American has been told he has to say that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a power play. You actually want to leave. You actually want the people, and I can actually say that in that sense, because they're communists.
I'm not even sure if it's been coercion. What if it's his? I'm not sure if he has access to a lawyer, but what if the lawyer knows that that's how you have to really suck up and kiss up? And,
either way, and his lawyer has coerced him into saying it, right?
But if he wants to,
really what he.
If he wants to go home, I'm like, you gotta do this
does
shit.
it. Have you guys seen the Vice Guide to Travel's North Korea documentaries?
Yeah.
Like it is fucking insane. Like it really is. Like I don't know how they've cut this country and these people off to the rest of the planet. Like they really are cut off. Like you can say that Muslim women in Islam are cut off and Saudi Arabia is cut off. Not like North Korea. North Korea is really cut off. You know, they think they're in their 50s, goddammit.
No, one of the things I would actually, holy shit, I actually made myself get a little bit out of breath there. One of the things, whenever we're talking about North Korea, you can think of it like the same way as, say, a Sharia state is. The things that do not agree with whatever the political left, right, and in the center, those things will be punished by death or humiliating yourself in front of the front, middle, and the left.
Yeah, motherfucker doesn't put you on a fire line. He puts you on a fire line and then launches rockets at you.
Well, the comparison the comparison with religion I see with the North Korean regime is like the leader is God, basically, right?
God,
so it's like going back to ancient Egypt where the pharaoh was considered, a deity.
And effectively, they've done this, David, by cutting the society off from the rest of the world. And today's information for us in the Western world has never been easier to access. There's the zeros and ones are so easy for us to grab that it's mind-boggling how this one tiny little island with a Western Asian second half of the island right beside it has managed to convince these people that the father, so Kim Jong-un's dad, Kim Jong-il, wasn't even president. His dad is still president. The motherfucker's been dead for 30 years, and he's still goddamn president.
Yeah, there's between Dave. The one thing that I would like to point out is that whenever we're talking about the Egyptians voted, or not voted, but they said that their leaders were the literal god of whatever they believed in, in Ra and all that kind of stuff. They were the physical, I'm halfway drunk. They were the physical beings of the gods that they worshipped. The difference being is that the North Koreans have said, we are the god. It wasn't the people didn't choose them as gods, wherein the Egyptians, they chose their gods to be the pharaohs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I would say that so I would say that the pharaohs themselves were the physical incarnation of gods, or next to gods. Where North Koreans, effectively, if it wasn't for the
child parent,
the Kim Jons are effectively atheists. Without the Kim Jong Ils and Uns, they're effectively atheists, right?
The Kim Jong, yes.
That dynasty, yeah.
The dynasty.
Yeah, so but you said, David, before about how that the current leader's father is still...
not the current leader's father, the current leader's grandfather is still president.
Yeah, so there's that narrative that plays through where you can't contradict, you can't go against the whole narrative of this person was the supreme leader and everything that he said was correct. Because if you go back... Sorry? No, I'm saying exactly. Yeah, if you go back, then that it just discounts the whole leadership narrative that they propose, that they're putting forth.
Well, that's
what happened
there. That's the basis of a religion, no matter what. If you go back to the roots of whatever, do these people really have a tie to whatever the hell we're going to consider a deity? Really? You know, that's the reason